The United Soccer League season marches on into the month of September. And tonight, from downtown Reno, Reno 1868 playing host in Group A action against the visiting Portland Timbers 2. And hi, everybody. Welcome inside our broadcast booth. I'm Alex Margulies. My partner, Brian Slusser, will join us in just a couple of minutes. Reno last weekend coming off of arguably their biggest regular season win in franchise history, topping the Phoenix Rising by a score of 2-1, the first ever win for Reno against the Rising here at Greater Nevada Field. And with that, they still sit at the top of that Group A table with 21 points in a first-place tie with Sacramento. But Reno, with one game in hand, as well as owning the goal differential over the Republic, so sitting pretty heading into the final stretch of this 2020 regular season. On the other side, for Portland, it has really been a struggle. They have gone almost an entire calendar year without picking up a win. Not since September 20th of last year have they picked up even a draw in a match, including all 9 of their matches this year. Portland coming in 0-9. But in their last couple of games, they have lost by only 1 goal in each of their last 3, so certainly starting to play some better soccer. All right, let's take a look at the key players of the match. And for Portland, this is a team that has really struggled to find the back of the net this season. But Jorge Gonzalez Asensi has come on strong since playing now in 4 matches. He has been able to score on 2 occasions. They will look for him to try and keep pace with this really strong Reno attack. On the other side, Corey Herzog coming off of a huge performance in that win over Phoenix, netting not only a goal, but an assist as well. Herzog now with 23 goals in his Reno career over 2 seasons, and he is now 3rd time in the United Soccer League with 66 over his career. Should be a fun night of soccer here in downtown Reno. Group A action in the USL Championship as Reno 1868 welcomes in the Portland Timbers 2. We'll give you the starting lineups, and we will kick things off coming up next. Welcome back to USL Soccer on Nevada Sports Net. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the Portland Timbers 2. And we mentioned Gonzalez in the open. He's going to come off the bench this evening for manager Cameron Knowles. Giovanni Calixtro getting the start up top alongside 18-year-old Dyson Clapier, one of 4 players in this match that come from the academy of Portland's. And only 18 years old. A young lineup tonight for Knowles. On the other side for Ian Russell and Reno 1868s, Corey Herzog, joined by Foster Langsdorf, the three-time champion at Stanford. He has been fantastic. 4 goals in 9 appearances, only 379 minutes, but he has been extremely impactful. Ben Beery is in goal with the back 4 of Gleedle, Janjigian, Timmer, and the veteran Brent Richards. Just a few seconds before kickoff here tonight, as Reno 1868 takes on the Portland Timbers 2 for the 3rd time this season. Reno getting the win on the road in Portland, 4-1, and then a couple of weeks ago here at Greater Nevada Field, topping them by a score of 5-2. Alongside Brian Slusser, I'm Alex Margulies. Always excited to be back here in downtown Reno, and this Reno club playing very well, but they can't come in here and just rest on that against a Portland team, despite being 0-9. As I mentioned, they've been playing decent soccer lately.
No, they've been playing great soccer. The Portland team's gotten better every game. They had a rough loss against Sacramento, but Reno can't come in here and get complacent. They could use 3 more points, so I think they're going to come in here and try to get that and to get some separation with Sacramento.
Chance right away. Herzog was tripped up inside the box. It'll go to a corner kick as Reno in the opening 30 seconds able to get it to their striker, Corey Herzog.
A quick start. Looks like Corey took a little knock there.
Sergio Rivas had a very strong game against Phoenix. Saw the highlight in the open. He had the initial pass to Corey Herzog, who then was able to find a streaking Foster Langsdorf for Reno's first goal. Rivas serves it in there. Janjigian was there in position but couldn't quite connect with it, and a throw-in upcoming now for Portland.
That was a dangerous opportunity. Couldn't believe Portland just let that ball go through there.
Harold Hansen on the throw-in. One of the veterans on this club. At just 21 years of age, he's had a lot more playing time than the majority of this roster. Somebody who has been in the USL since 2017. The young team overall, I mean, you're talking about this entire 11. The oldest player for Portland is Marcus Epps. He's their captain. He's 25 years old. Reno has got a handful of guys in their late 20s.
Yeah, the Portland team has really dove into their youth program, and it's great to see them using them, and like we've seen in the last few games.
Richard centers it into the box, finds Tucker Bone. Bone stays with it, and Tucker Bone in the 2nd minute. Reno's on the board as Bone notches his 3rd goal this season. How about that start?
Yeah, quick start. Get a good cross in here from Bone. Just plays it across and into the net.
Able to get it past Hunter Solte. Foster Langsdorf initially was able to play that off of his chest before it found the feet of Tucker Bone. And, you know, something we've seen from Tucker Bone, especially in these last couple of weeks, is he has really emerged on the offensive end. He is somebody that is very calm on the ball and has incredibly good footwork.
He's found his way onto this team. He had a little bit of a slow start, but he's really come on here in the last few games and been an integral part of this team.
Here comes Reno on the attack again. Cristiano Francois on the left wing. Good defense that time by Harold Hansen. Will force it out of play, and a goal kick upcoming for the 18-year-old Hunter Solte, who is from Anchorage, Alaska. One of the 4 players that is part of the Timbers Academy. Joined in 2016. First season in the USL, made his debut back on March the 7th against Phoenix. Tonight, his 6th start of the year. Out to midfield, and Cristiano Francois is able to snag it. So Reno answering very quickly whether they would take this game lightly, considering the record, their position. They've come out swinging, though, and very quickly notching that early goal by Tucker Bone.
Yeah, beautiful start for Reno. Not so good for Portland.
Richards can't keep it in there, as we'll go to another goal kick for Solte.
And that's the last thing Portland wanted to do, was give up an early goal and then be playing catch-up right from the start. They did a much better job last game of containing Reno and holding them off for quite a while before Reno was able to start getting more goals.
5th minute here tonight in downtown Reno. Tucker Bone, his 3rd goal. He's got an assist as well this year, now into his 8th start. Reno's basically controlled the possession entirely in these opening 5 minutes as they quickly get to it. A throw in from Herzog finds Brent Richards. 91 starts now in a Reno 1868 uniform for the veteran Brent Richards. Here comes Sam Gleedle. Plays it to Bone. Finds Herzog. Corey trying to slot it over to Langsdorf. Goes right back to him. Now Rivas plays in for Langsdorf, and the header goes right to the keeper. Not a bad try there as Foster Langsdorf was in position.
Reno's doing a great job of finding feet, finding spaces, opening Portland up. We didn't talk about their formation tonight. Starting in a 3-5-2, they were hoping to, I think, control the midfield, but so far they've given up the back, and Reno's taken advantage of that.
Not sure we've seen Portland be able to link a pass together this early in the match as a whistle blows and a foul against the Timbers. Kevin Partita getting back up to his feet. Jared Timmer, the rookie, playing at center back tonight, gets it back into action, finds Thomas Janjigian. Those two have formed a real nice combination as Timmer now makes his 5th professional start.
Yeah, we saw a great defensive effort against Phoenix from this squad. And it looks like Ian wants to stay with them for a while.
Tony Alfaro, a veteran who came over in the offseason for Reno, had started the season at center back, but after sustaining an injury, it was Timmer who took over in his place. And the 22-year-old from Michigan has been really impressive in his first USL season.
Yeah, he had a wonderful game against Phoenix where he was able to shut down Fleming and didn't give anything up to him that evening. And then Sam Gleedle had a wonderful game against Phoenix as well, was able to shut down Asante on his side, and I think that made a huge difference in the game.
On the run that time was Claypier. Goes back to Reno's goalkeeper in Ben Beery. What you're seeing now here, like we did last Saturday, Reno 1868 and Portland Timbers 2 are coming together to recognize the fight for equality, diversity, and inclusivity by using the first 7 minutes, or excuse me, the 7-minute mark between 7 minutes and 8 minutes and 46 seconds to honor the movement around social injustice and the need for positive change in our sport and in our society. And as they take a knee, we as well will honor this and go silent until they return to play. This comes just days after the unveiling of the Black Players Alliance, an organization recognized by the USL and the USLPA with a mission to educate and empower its members to use their platforms to bring positive change to their communities. So we enter now the 10th minute of play here in downtown Reno, and already 1868, an early 1-0 advantage thanks to a second-minute goal from Tucker Bone. Bone had a chance to make an appearance right here on Nevada Sportsnet. On NSN Daily, had a chance to talk to him about coming up through the Air Force Academy in Colorado, getting drafted by Seattle, and the fact that he's able to start his professional career. Here's Richards now centering it. Gets cleared away, back out to Kevin Partita. And here come the Timbers the other way, led by Calixto, who gives it right back away to Reno's back line. Now Janjigian plays it forward. Here's Marcus Epps, the captain. Epps with MLS time, playing with Philadelphia, made 32 appearances for them back in 2017 and 18. Another attack from Reno. Here's Tucker Bone. Look at that footwork. Bone deflected, and that is in for Tucker Bone. His second goal. It's 2-0 Reno.
Yeah, wonderful footwork from Bone there. Gives him a few scissors. They keep backing up, and he just decides to hit it, gets a deflection, and it goes in.
Look at it again, though. I mean, he's just, the footwork is dizzying, and then he clips it off of Aiden Stanley, and it goes right past Hunter Sulte.
Well, and that's what Bone has shown he can do, is get, he attack defenders, go right at him, use his moves and his foot quickness to get around him and either get crosses off or score, and he's done a great job again.
2-0 Reno 1868. Tucker Bone, an early brace. He now has 4 goals on the season. Also had a 2-goal and an assist performance in San Diego, as Reno 1868 was able to top the Loyal in their first regular season meeting by a final of 3-1. Another surge. This time it's Langsdorf, and he plays it off the defender to earn Reno a corner kick.
I was noticing after that first goal, Portland's moved into a new system. They're playing a 4-1-4-1. It didn't seem to help out because then Bone was able to get a goal. But it's interesting that they had made a change so quickly.
Sergio Rivas down to the corner.
Great defense from Partita there, hold him off.
Reno has been suffocating in the midfield for Portland. Still at this point, I'm not sure if they've put together more than a couple passes consecutively.
No, they've caught Reno on a really good night. I mean, the defense is good, offense is firing, and Portland just doesn't really have an answer for it right now.
Our head referee, Ricardo Fierro, telling players to hold up for a second. Now he lets them put it back into play. Janjigian all the way back to Beery. But what a start for Tucker Bone in his first USL season. That was after being a 2-time All-American at Air Force. Now Gleedle plays in the air for Francois. Langsdorf there, but Sulte will go pick it up.
Not sure Gleedle wanted to play that one so high in the air there. I made a mistake. But great ball to, not sure who played that to Gleedle, but that was a wonderful ball.
Orange still trying to play it forward, and a foul going against Thomas Janjigian. See if Portland can link something together here now into the 14th minute. Epps being harassed by Richards, able to keep it away from him temporarily, tries to play it up that left wing. Out of reach for Aiden Stanley, and another Reno possession. Reno on the tacky again. Francois. Left-footed strike, and that one too high. Not a bad spot there, though, for Cristiano Francois.
No, great effort there. Gets Hansen turned a little bit and gets a shot off, but just not the shot he wanted.
Reno 2 goals, but they have had a handful of other opportunities as they have really been on the mark here early on.
Yeah, they've dominated this half so far. It's been all Reno.
Confidence for this club is really peaking after just an incredible performance last week against Phoenix. Reno able to top them 2-1. Phoenix, a team that has been the best regular season team in the USL the last 2 seasons. They won the Western Conference in 2018. Last year had that incredible run of play.
Well, they've kind of had Reno's number as of late, so Reno needed to get a win, especially at home. And it's great to see that they got that. And yet, like you were saying, you can see the confidence in their play now.
7 wins and 2 losses in 9 matches for Reno this season. Trying to go over the top that time for Epps, and Richards got there first, plays it out, and a throw-in upcoming now. I mentioned 7 wins, 2 losses. One thing, and I said this last week, a huge change for Reno 1868 this year. They have not had a single draw, and that was really, I don't want to say detrimental because the club still finished in 2nd place last year, but there were so many matches, and I think you could say that for the last couple of years, that really should have been 3-point nights, turned into just draws, and have kind of held the team back this year. They've been much more decisive this season.
More decisive, better, a little bit better in front of goal, but I think the real difference, I think the back four was really great last year, but Partita and Rivas this season have really sewed up that midfield.
Now Bone again. Bone going for a hat trick, and it's swatted away by Solti.
But last season, they just really couldn't handle the counterattack. And this season, they're covering that up. They're not giving away easy goals, especially when they have the lead. And that's been the real difference this season.
Statistically, it's the best defense Reno's ever had. They've only allowed 9 goals this season, tied for 7th in the USL. They've typically been more of kind of a middle-of-the-pack defensive team. But this season, they've had a better mix, tied for 4th in scoring, tied for 7th in defense, and it has led to a first-place spot here in Group A.
I've always been a believer, if you can keep the game 0-0, you give yourself a chance to win. And last year, they were just giving up goals too frequently, especially when they had the lead. And it's good that they made that change. Ian's done a great job with this unit. Good ball work.
Here's Langsdorf. Looking to cross it in to Francois. Not a bad try there, but just a little off timing.
Great build-up and just a little bit better pass, and we got another goal there. But Reno's passing was great through that series.
Janjigian trying to play it forward. Goes back to Malloy of Portland. Sends it out wide to Isaac Homer, a 17-year-old from Portland, making his 2nd USL appearance, made his professional debut in the USL Championship last week against Sacramento. The Republic are idle, by the way, so Reno will now go even with them in terms of games played after tonight, and a chance to pull ahead 3 points in those Group A standings. Another wave coming from Reno. Bone into Langsdorf. Foster gets decked inside the box, and there's a whistle. Got knocked right over by Max Ornstill.
Yeah, Ornstill just got his forearm up into Langsdorf there, right into his face, and yeah, you're going to get called for that. But another great build-up from Reno. Good passing down that right side, and a chance for another opportunity to get a goal.
So already up 2-0, a chance now with the penalty. And it'll be the veteran, Corey Herzog, who's got 4 goals on the year. 23 in his Reno 1868 career.
Well, it was a penalty that got his scoring campaign started, so hopefully he'll hit this one.
Herzog against Hunter Solte. Goes left and he buries it. Corey Herzog delivers on the penalty, and it's 3-0. Reno 1868, and we are only 20 minutes in.
Great taken penalty by Herzog into the left. Just buries it. Keeper goes the other way. No chance.
Textbook.
Yeah.
Expect nothing less from the 28-year-old veteran who now has 67 career goals in the USL. Now Portland putting something together. Epps trying to get back there, and nice job by Richards coming back and taking it away from him. Over the top, Cristiano Francois.
Oh, good defense from Hansen.
So a tough start for Portland, a club that, as I mentioned in the open, they haven't won in almost a year. Haven't even drawn in almost a year, but the last 3 matches, they've only lost by 1 goal. They come here to Greater Nevada Field in Reno, not taking it lightly at all. They have been suffocating in all phases of this match, and to have this massive 3-0 advantage.
Well, it's unfortunate for Portland. They thought they were, getting the ship right, and then they come in and play Reno, who's really hot right now and got a lot of confidence, and they're just taking it to them tonight.
Here's Sam Gleadle. Hansen holds his ground. Broadcast tonight brought to you by Greater Nevada Credit Union, title sponsor of Greater Nevada Fields. Alongside Brian Slusser, Alex Margulies here in the 22nd minute. Portland will try and link something together out of the back. Here's Epps. Good speed from Epps. All the way inside the box, and then Richards pokes it away.
Good job from Richards to stay with Epps there. Epps is a quality player. He's got speed, good skill, hard worker.
Time of the MLS, not only with Philly, as I mentioned earlier, but also played in New York with the Red Bulls in the 2019 season for 3 matches.
Portland just seems a little flat. They don't have a lot of runners off the ball, not a lot of options.
Anguiano plays it in. Reno takes possession again. A whistle as Langsdorf was tackled.
Well, Portland disagrees with the call, but I think you got it right.
Jared Timmer will send it back into play. 24th minute now. Here's Janjigian. Kevin Partita. All the way across, it's Richards. Now to Tucker Bone. Into Herzog. Tried to center it for Langsdorf, back out, and Corey pulled it wide.
A great opportunity, nice try from Corey. Portland's given a lot of room. So he just bangs around the 18 there, pops out to Corey, and just doesn't get his left on it good enough to put it in the back of the net.
Community expertise and the medicine of movement. That's what Reno Orthopedic Clinic is all about. And it's why Rock is proud to be the official jersey sponsor of your Reno 1868 FC. You know, we've seen several iterations of this kit, by the way, Brian, and I tell you, the home look this year, I think, is my favorite of any jersey that this team has worn since the inception in 2017.
We've talked about it before. It's our favorite. I love it, too. And it keeps winning games, so even better.
No doubt about it. Reno coming off of their most productive month in team history. 5 matches that resulted in victories for Reno in the month of August. Herzog trying to chase that one down. Hansen beat him to it. Timbers trying to figure out a way just to get something going. Maybe here's a chance. Into Epps, and Epps can't finish in front of Ben Beery.
That was a great penetrating ball into Epps, a good run from him, and then he's just got the speed to run away with it. Surprised he didn't do more with it there. Reno got lucky not to give away a goal.
Partita sends it out wide. Here's Richards. Little space for Bone. Too much space.
Well, this half, Reno's really worked that right side, and it's been good to them. And there they go and give it a try again.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Out to midfield. Malloy gets past the Reno defense. And boy, that is a situation that Giovanni Calixto wants back. He was squared up in front of goal, and he just could not put anything behind the shot.
Yeah, Portland was able to sneak behind the defense, and Barry was able to come up with the save. The shot wasn't too hard.
A couple times now, Portland doing much better, finding a way to break through this Reno defense.
Well, Portland's got the talent to do it. They've just been a little flat tonight. It's not their best performance so far.
A lot of patience here from Reno as they go all the way back to goal and Beery. Here's Tucker Bone.
He's looking for a run from Herzog, but nothing came.
Soltz will just roll it in again. Out to midfield. Calixto. Nice job by Gleedle, takes it away.
Yeah, again, just suffocating defense from Reno. Anytime Portland tries to make a move, they just collapse on him and win the ball.
Over to Gleedle. Jiggy in surveys. %69 possession in favor of Reno so far tonight. Give it away that time. And Guiano trying to make a run, and he's tripped up from behind by Sergio Rivas, and a foul against Reno gives Portland a decent spot here in the 29th minute. We'll send it right back into play quickly, though. Malloy over to Epps. Epps, right foot, and Beery diving to his left is able to swat it away.
Oh, what a great individual effort from Epps, and just kind of dices to the top of the box there, and then has a great shot and buries up to the challenge.
So a corner kick now for Portland. Carlos Anguiano, a 20-year-old. One of the veterans on this team. He's been on the club since 2017.
Not very many Portland players in the box.
Goes to the backside, and a header by Ornstill. Doesn't go anywhere. And the players will head off towards their respective benches for our first hydration break of this match. The boys in blue are kick off their Labor Day sale early. Visit shop.reno1868fc.com and use the code SAVE35 for 35% off of hats, or SHIP68 for free shipping on orders of $68 or more. Limit one promo code per order per customer. Sale runs now through Tuesday, September the 8th. Of course, our hydration breaks are brought to you by REMSA. REMSA reminds you to drink half of your body weight in ounces every day to stay hydrated. REMSA, private, nonprofit, and providing out-of-hospital health care since 1986 without local taxpayer support. Alongside Brian Slusser, Alex Margulies here tonight inside Greater Nevada Fields. Only 6 regular season matches remaining after tonight, and some big ones still on the docket for Reno. They'll play Sacramento twice. Next weekend, the final visit to Papa Murphy's Park in the Central Valley of California. That'll be a 7:30 kickoff. And then the Republic will make one more visit to Reno on the 26th of September. But certainly after a win tonight, if Reno can in fact get 3 points, they'd be in great position here heading into the final stretch to be the champions and finish at the top of Group A and go into this USL playoffs in very good sitting.
Yeah, and they would definitely need one of the a win in one of those games against Sacramento to make that happen, which is going to be tough to do. But, of course, they'll have them at home, should be able to take care of things at home, and then, of course, take care of the rest of the season. But those Sacramento games are going to be big time.
2 with Sacramento, 1 more with Portland. Reno has 2 more matches remaining against Tacoma, including the next home match on the 16th of September. That's a Wednesday. 1 more match as well with Las Vegas here in Reno. That match on the 30th of September. Outside is Sam Gleedle, trying to stay with it, and forces an error from Portland. Now a throw-in coming for Reno. It's been great just to see a season. I mean, there was a lot of doubt when this thing was shut down for a few months. It's been so nice to see a return to play, and hopefully the season will play out without any more interruptions, and we'll be able to crown a champion here in this abridged 2020 season.
Well, so far things have moved along pretty good. We've had a good season, and looking forward to the rest of the end of the season. It's just going by too fast, though.
A couple of cancellations here and there, including for Reno. They've had some positive COVID tests that have resulted in a few of their games needing to be rescheduled. But by and large, it has been a successful return to play for the league as a whole. Portland trying to put something together here. Anguiano driving forward, and Janjigian with the clearance. And a foul that time on Bone with a shove from behind. Villegas trying to move Herzog out of the way. The 18-year-olds will now defer over to Aaron Malloy. Herzog able to keep it away from Villegas and plays it back to Timmer.
And just a lot of room for Reno to just kind of do what they want with the ball.
Bone, who had his first 2 goals before the 12th minute, Looking to play it forward, and now a throw-in coming up for Reno. Now a chance for Langsdorf. And Foster Langsdorf with the finish, 4-0. His 5th goal of the year.
Well, another great individual effort from Langsdorf. I didn't even think he was going to get that in there. He had no angle, but somehow he finds a way right past the keeper into the far post.
How about the production for Foster Langsdorf, who began the season battling for a spot with Benji Kikanovich, the 20-year-olds winning that spot, and Reno electing to play Langsdorf off the bench, and he did a great job in that role. Then Kikanovich gets hurt, and since then, Langsdorf has not let go of that position. We're talking about 5 goals now, and he has played only a little over 400 minutes this year. That is impressive.
Yes, really impressive from the youngster, and you know, excited for him that he could come off the bench, and that's what you want to do as a young player. When you get your chance, you got to take advantage of it and then maintain that spot. But he's been on a roll.
Reno 1868 SC, goal scored in the 35th minute by number 11, Foster Langsdorf.
Well, Langsdorf's got a goal, and he's got a pair of assists. Bones got 2 goals. And Corey Herzog's got a goal here in a match that is turning into a complete rout.
Yeah, and it's been all down that right-hand side.
Here they come again on the right-hand side. Herzog trying to slot it in there, and a whistle blows. Nothing going this time for Reno.
No, but once again, they break free on the right-hand side and almost get another goal there.
Oof. Portland just cannot stop that side of the field, can they?
No. I mean, why not just keep going down it? I mean, it's just like a sieve over there. But I'm sure Reno would like to get Francois mixed back in and get him back on the board, get him scoring some goals.
Don't miss a minute of the action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Reno 1868, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on Reno 1868 FC's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club.
Well, Epps let that one rip. Wasn't on target, though.
.38 minutes down now. Epps has been the most dangerous attacker so far for Portland. Seen him make a couple of runs now.
Yeah, and every time he's really just kind of got to do it on his own.
Now Francois for Reno, trying to center it, and defended this time by Portland.
Yeah, unfortunately, Epps is he's kind of the only shining star out there, and he's not getting a lot of help.
Herzog on the throw-in. All the way back to Timmer. Sergio Rivas.
Good job from Bone to earn a corner. Reno's doing a good job of stretching the field, and then they're able to switch it to that right side when it's open, and off they go.
Here's Sergio Rivas from the corner. Just off the top of the head of Foster Langsdorf. Pretty good ball in that time from Sergio.
This is the type of game, if you're a forward, you're pretty hungry to try to get a hat trick.
Look at our jack-in-the-box shot tracker. 5 now for Portland, 9 so far for Reno 1868.
pretty good. 4 goals and 9 shots.
It's a pretty good conversion rate. Reno now on the season has been able to score 24 goals, and they continue to climb up the USL rankings. Trying to chase down Phoenix, who started the night with 29 goals on the year. Easy play that time for Beery. Now to Janjigian. A lot of space on the left side for Gleedle. Defended by Hansen. Now Gleedle retreats and goes center to Rivas.
That's good patience, recognizing that he got turned back.
Now Langsdorf centers it. Hansen heads it away. Out to Marcus Epps. Dishes it off to Malloy. Good patience. Calixtro now. Outside to Malloy.
This is better from Portland. They're keeping the ball. They're starting to get numbers forward.
Tripped up just outside the box. And a dangerous opportunity now for Portland in the 42nd minute as Sergio Rivas with a hard takedown of Aaron Malloy.
Well, that's some positive play from Portland, and was able to earn a free kick, top of the box. The call looked a little soft, but here's a good opportunity for Portland.
Malloy from Ireland, 16th overall pick in the MLS Super Draft out of Penn State. 23-year-old, has 1 goal this year. Joining him, Aiden Stanley, as well as Carlos Anguiano.
Looks like Malloy's going to hit it. He usually takes these.
Malloy does, hits it right into the wall. And Gleedle with the clearance. Reno keeps the clean sheet here into the 43rd minute. Stanley on the throw-in now. And Reno will give it back over on the other side as Hansen quickly going to a throw-in. Into Epps. Back out to Epps. Gets him some space. Nice shot by Gleedle. Slides and gets in his way on a shot attempt. Outside to Tucker Bone.
I think the challenge for Reno tonight is being able to keep that clean sheet. Both times that they played Portland, they gave up, a few goals that they didn't need to. So hopefully they can be a little bit more stingy tonight. Great patience from Reno. No hurry. We can run out the clock.
Here's Richards on the right wing. Gleedle gets his head on it. Now Malloy. Reno gets back on defense well.
Foul there from Boone. Yeah, still no numbers forward for Portland. They're trying to attack with just 3 guys, and they're down, 4 goals. You might as well just go for it at this point. Don't worry about if the other team scores anymore.
Anguiano got down there and realized he had no help.
Yeah, playing 3-on-6. But once Reno's defense gets back, I mean, you're in trouble. They just suffocate you once they're all back.
3 minutes of stoppage time added.
The fourth official has indicated 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Here's Anguiano again. Past Janjigian. And gives it away.
Well, not a bad run from Anguiano. Epps did a good job to play it through to him, but then he just ended up losing it there in the end.
Greater Nevada proudly supports Reno 1868 FC on the field and all Nevadans financially off the field. We are here for you now and moving forward together. 1 minute of 3. Down here in stoppage time. Pressure coming from Partita, and it goes off of Epps last as Reno earns a throw in. Langsdorf and Bone working on that right side together. Or excuse me, that was Herzog. Richards will play it all the way back to Beery in goal.
I imagine Reno will just look to knock the ball around here, run out the rest of the clock.
Francois slips and falls. Here's Hansen. Cleto quickly getting back in front of him. Out to Partita. Reno gives it away. Chance for Portland here. Trying to slot it from Malloy and cleared out by Gleedle. Here's Reno on the counterattack with Francois on the outside. Cristiano moving to his right and plays it off to Tucker Bone. Bone with his left foot and straight on to Schultz, who goes down to a knee and denied the hat trick for now.
Bone gets to the middle, does a little signature scissors, gets his left foot on it, but not enough.
Reno with their second most first half goals in club history. Amazing. They had 5 against Tacoma last year when Danny Mazovsky had 4 in that match. But this has been an impressive performance. It all started with a goal in the second minute, and Reno never let off the gas. A dominant 4-0 performance as both teams head into the locker room. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent. Following the success of the first Academy Cup events, clubs can now apply to participate in the USL Academy League, kicking off in spring 2021. For more information, visit usl-academy.com or search hashtag USL Academy on social media. Back with some halftime programming right after this as Reno and Portland will continue on here in downtown Reno.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship and League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Lapa flicks it up for Brett. It's an outstanding combination, and a winning combination at that.
Now out wide to Aiden Daniels. Daniels one-on-one, steps away from the jam, curls and scores!
Six body is in the box to aim at, flipped and saved by Parker.
There's a chance now, opportunity, finds the back of the net. Stavros Zarakostas.
On first McDivitt corner kick of the second half, and there's another save from Abe Rodriguez. What about this show from the goalkeeper?
Into the box it goes, it's Ortiz on the half volley, and Charlotte take the lead.
He'll step into it, over the bar, and he scored! Great shot by Cuevas as he sent it over the wall.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship and League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Hey everybody, this is Kevin Bass here with Corey Herzog. Corey named the USL Team of the Week for the second time this season, this last week. How do you think you guys are playing right now?
I think we're playing well. We're playing with a lot of confidence, scoring goals and getting wins. That's all you need for the team.
Had a little bit of a slow start to the season, and now you're tied for the team lead with 4 goals. What do you think went into that change, or is it just getting lucky with spots?
I think just finding and keep going. I mean, as a forward, you're not going to score every game, and if you are, you're in the right spots, and you just need to find those spots, and once you do, the balls will find you.
Big win against Phoenix too last week. What does that do for the team's confidence and your personal confidence getting a goal?
I think it's a huge confidence. I mean, people always talk about Phoenix being top of the league, and then coming here, us getting a 2-1 victory shows the league that we're one of the top teams too.
Still battling with Sacramento for the top spot in Group A. What's the team's mindset going into the home stretch of games?
Yeah, we just need to be. I mean, we have 2 games against Sac. We're battling with them. If we beat them twice, we should be at first place easily. So those games are the most important, but we have to focus on Portland right now. So,
thanks, Corey.
Thank you.
Hey, sports fans, Coors Light, the beer that's mountain cold, made to chill, wants to remind everyone to refresh responsibly by having a plan to get home safely. It's simple. Always use a designated driver or request an Uber. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Back here inside Greater Nevada Field alongside Brian Slusser, I'm Alex Margulies. I mentioned before we went to half, the second most amount of goals in any half for Reno 1868 in this franchise's history. And that speaks volumes because we've seen some really impressive offensive performances. You think of the 9-goal game in the 2017 season against the LA Galaxy. I mentioned that 5-goal half against Tacoma last year with 4 goals coming in total in that match from Danny Mazovsky. Reno came out with some impressive intent tonight, and I think this says a lot about this club that they know they're playing Portland. It's a team that hasn't won or even earned a point in almost a calendar year. They're 0-9 this year. Reno came out, and they played them like they played Portland last week.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, like they played Phoenix.
Yeah, they definitely wanted to put it to them. They didn't come out complacent. I mean, had a chance within the first 30 seconds, and the goal within 2 minutes. So it's good to see that Reno's got that fight in him and not going to get complacent towards it, with the team that they know they should beat. And tonight they've come out and just kind of taken it to them.
Take a look at the first half highlights. There was a stoppage of play once again in the 7th minute. United Soccer League united against racism. They paused to play for 1 minute and 46 seconds. And from the action standpoint, how about Tucker Bone? 2 goals in this match. Had his first in the 2nd minute, and then he came back in the 11th minute and had another. What a job from this Air Force Academy product who has really established himself here in this part of the season.
Yeah, he's been a dynamic force in this game and then in previous games as well. He's found his form, scoring goals, setting up others. And there we see Herzog getting another goal off a penalty.
5 now for Herzog. It was a run that was started by Bone. Langsdorf drew the penalty. Marcus Epps with an impressive shot on goal. Couldn't get it past Beery, though. And then Langsdorf, you said it. You don't even know how he got that one to go.
Yeah, he just found a way. Probably the only spot he could put it to score, and it went in. He did a great job there.
So how about Foster Langsdorf? He's got 5 goals now in a little over 400 minutes this year. Corey Herzog now with 5 goals, and Tucker Bone with a brace. He's got 4 on the year, as those 3 have really just gelled together. I mean, the way that those 3 are playing and playing off of each other and creating opportunities and playing unselfish soccer has been fun to watch.
Yeah, and one of the things you hate to look at when you're the other team is that goals are coming from different parts of the field. Because now you can't just single on one guy as their goal scorer. I mean, Corey's putting up goals, Bone's putting up goals. I mean, I'm sure they'd like to get Francois on the board a little more, but those goals are coming from different places at different times, and that's a testament to the way this club's playing right now.
Before we go to break, we'll take a look at the standings presented by Mercedes-Benz of Reno, an Auto Nation company. Group A, Reno 1868 at the top. And after tonight, we'll be even with Sacramento in terms of matches played. So Reno, if they can hang on to this one, which it looks like they will, it'll be 4 consecutive victories, and that would put them at 24 points and give them a 3-point advantage on Sacramento. And then you see Portland at the bottom. It has been a tough season for Cameron Knowles and company as they are appearing to be on their way to their 10th loss of the season. It has been a tough run for this club, who have not earned a single point in their last 14 consecutive matches going back to September 20th of last year. We'll take another break, come back on the other side with some more soccer. Second half action upcoming as Reno 1868 continues with the Portland Timbers 2. You're watching United Soccer League action here on Nevada Sportsnet. at Reno 1868 Soccer in downtown Reno. On the road and can't watch the match? We'll tune into Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, and Rodney Marsh. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, the UEFA Champions League, Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. Alongside Brian Slusser, I'm Alex Margulies here tonight in downtown Reno. 4-0 is the score as Portland Timbers will take possession, open up the second half of play. Third match of 4 between these two clubs this year. And Giovanni Calixto will put it back into action. Goals from Tucker Bone. He had 2 in the first half. Corey Herzog and Foster Langsdorf. All the way back to Ben Beery of Reno 1868. 24-year-old keeper out of New York. Had previously played in the USL with Charlotte and New Mexico, as well as Reading. Hadn't really gotten a whole lot of playing time for those 3 clubs, but he has been able to really earn a job here this season. Corey Herzog waved off sides as it went all the way back to Solt in goal for the Portland Timbers. Just an 18-year-old out of Anchorage, Alaska. Mentioned before, but for those of you just joining us, a very young Portland team. They've got 4 of their academy players in the starting lineup tonight. And you had pointed this out when we, before we came on the air. They actually had played 8 academy players in their last match against Sacramento, an effort that came down to the wire, and they only lost that one 2-1 despite having so much youth out there. So I think they felt like even with a young lineup, they could come in here and keep it close, but they're running into a well-oiled machine right now.
Yeah, I mean, they had a great game against Sacramento. Don't want to take anything from them there, and probably should have came away with a point. Unfortunately, just came up short. But tonight, they're just facing Reno, like we were saying. They're just super confident right now. They had a big win against Phoenix, and they just want to keep that momentum going.
Portland did start to get a little bit more connectivity when it came to their passing and offensive attack. See if they can carry that over into this second half. They did get some good chances, but did not convert any of them.
I imagine the talk at halftime was more about just motivation and energy, because they just didn't come out with a lot of energy tonight, and Reno made them pay right away.
I'm impressed with the energy Reno has come out with tonight. I've said that a couple of times. It's easy to come out, an 0-9 team, just kind of waltz out there, but Reno has taken this match seriously from the opening kickoff, and it's reflected in the score.
Well, and that's the thing with this man-to-man defense. If you're not ready to work and you don't have the energy and you're not going to match Reno's energy, it's going to hurt you big time.
Cristiano Francois trying to race that one down. It'll go all the way back to Solt, though. Whistle before Francois was able to poach it away. And a foul goes against Portland there. So an interesting spot here for Reno.
The closer you get to goal, the harder it is to score on these set pieces.
See what kind of creativity they can come up with here. Take another look.
Yeah, just can't pick up the ball when you pass it back to you. So a little bit of a mistake there. But he had to do that instead of let it go in the goal.
Rivas, Herzog, and they'll quickly play it to Francois, who buries it. What a class goal from Cristiano Francois. His first since July 29th as he puts Reno on top 5-0.
Well, there we saw again, Reno super focused. Portland not too focused, gets caught off guard. And Francois is able to just bury it in the back of the net.
Talked about what kind of creativity Reno would come up with. That was creative.
Yeah, it was a special little play. And it's good to see Francois get a goal.
So he's now got 4 goals on the year. 26-year-old from Haiti. Bursting onto the scene in the Reno midfield this year.
Well, just about the same opening we had at the in the first half. Reno just firing on all cylinders, and Portland just lagging behind.
Assisted by number 21, Herzog.
Herzog will get the assist, his 3rd of the season. He had 6 assists last year to go with his 19 goals. Now a combined 24 goals and 9 assists in his Reno career over a season and a half.
I imagine it's going to get a little harder for Ian to move away from this lineup because they've had such success over the last few games.
Herzog trying to stay onside. He does. Played forward by Timmer.
A little bit of a wasted ball there. Herzog would like to have that one back.
Francois was racing over towards that corner. Reno 1868 FC Soccer brought to you by Greater Nevada Credit Union, the official financial services provider of Greater Nevada Fields. Visit gncu.org to learn more about Greater Nevada's passion for helping more people live greater. 52nd minute now, Reno 1868 on top 5-0. Now Langsdorf trying to work off a mistake, and he is tripped up just outside the box. Guess they'll say that was a clean tackle.
Yeah, Langsdorf almost pounced on another goal there. Great ball movement from Reno. Stretching it out, finding those spaces. Keep Portland on their toes, keep them moving.
Richards putting some pressure on Epps. Epps able to keep it away from him. Here's Anguiano. The hustle there from Timmer. Keeps Reno possession back to goal and Beery.
Richard just ran out of room. He's did a good job to at least get a throw in out of that.
We'll throw it all the way towards goal, and a little touch there from from Herzog. Won't do anything that time. They'll roll it out to Villegas, who tries to clear it. Reno takes possession again. Langsdorf. Solt's able to get rid of it. Francois stays with it. Relentless from Reno still. And now a whistle goes against Portland. So even still up 5-0, Reno just relentlessly pursuing every ball.
Well, and that's what you want to see out of your team, especially if you want to be a championship team. I mean, you just don't give quarter. You just keep going and going. And if teams are going to let you score 14 goals, well, you go for it. But it's good to see that Reno's keeping their foot on the pedal.
Francois coming off of that goal a few minutes ago. Beautiful curling strike into the far right corner.
Yeah, look for him to find Timmer here.
Big target at number 97. Now Ricardo Fierro directing some traffic here. And it looks like somebody might be going into the book.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Anguiano.
It looks like a red card in his hand.
Yeah, it looked like Angui was walking away.
Not sure what happened there, but Carlos Anguiano looks like he is now leaving the pitch after a red card.
There was some tussling there in the box, but it didn't look too serious.
So Portland already down 5-0 will now play down a man. Francois at Langsdorf over there, leaping grab from Soltz.
Well, if you're Portland, that was the last thing you wanted to see, is going down a man, and you're already down 5-0.
Tough night for the Portland Timbers too. Coming off of a 2-1 loss in Sacramento earlier this week. In that match, they scored a goal in stoppage time to what they had thought earn a draw against the Republic, but then in the 6th minute of stoppage, Sacramento was able to score the go-ahead goal and were able to get those points right back and finish off a 2-1 victory. That must have been a heartbreaker.
Yeah, I imagine it hurt them, and I'm sure Ian Russell would have liked to have a 1-1 draw in that game as well.
Would have been a very nice result for Reno. Would have had the potential to give them a 5-point cushion here in Group A, but Reno, I'm sure, will be still happy at the end of the night to find themselves with a 3-point cushion remaining at the top of the table and now 24 points on the year and an 8-2 mark in the first 10 games of the season.
Well, tonight's result will help as well if they get into a pickle where they have to end up with a tie with Sacramento and the goal differential.
Richards pulled it a little bit. Here's Langsdorf. Stanley able to clear it out of trouble.
Oh, another good movement from Reno. Found some space in the box, just couldn't connect, get a shot on goal. Well, Reno was already having time and space, everything that they wanted, and now with an extra player off the field, it's going to make things much easier.
Here's Richards, the captain. Reno poised to make a couple of substitutions. Aiden Apodaca and Jesus Enriquez will come in for Langsdorf and Francois. So another good night for those two. Apodaca into his 6th game of the year. And Enriquez, who was just signed about 10 days ago, now in his 2nd match. He debuted in the latter minutes against Phoenix last weekend. Chewy, as he's better known by, started the season in San Antonio after spending 2 seasons with Rio Grande Valley, where he amassed a total of 10 goals in 2 years. So another player that can come in with some offensive firepower, as Reno will decide to play it all the way back to Ben Beery.
Yeah, the game didn't get much easier with those guys coming into the game for Portland.
Herzog going to the left side for Enriquez. Gets tripped up. Good effort there from Hansen to slide that one out of the harm's way. Right back over to Enriquez. Now Partida. To Bone. And Bone has it stripped away. Lapier turns on the Jets. Pause now for Villegas. Rivas putting pressure on Malloy. Hansen trying to find Malloy and stolen away by Rivas.
Portland's just struggling to connect there in the midfield and find players, move the ball to the left and to the right. Reno's just done a great job of closing things down, making it hard for Portland to get ahead.
Here's a run from Epps. Runs into some resistance from Timmer. Back out to Malloy. And Malloy's shot is well wide of the net.
Well, and then there we are, Epps, you know, trying to do something and not getting any help.
For injured bones, joints, and muscles, skip the ER and head to Rock Express, the orthopedic urgent care that's faster and more affordable. Details at renoortho.com. Another surge here from Reno. It's Bone. Took a shot at it, now out to Richards. Bone gets boxed out as that one goes over the back line, and a goal kick now coming for Soltz.
A good play to get down the wing and then just kind of wasted it at the end.
Our match tonight brought to you by Greater Nevada Credit Union, the title sponsor of Greater Nevada Fields. 61st minute, 5-0 Reno, who netted 4 goals in the first half. They had 2 before 11 minutes had finished up, both by Tucker Bone, who's on possession now, with a lot of firepower running with him. Here's Corey Herzog. Plays it back to Richards. Villegas trying to get it away from Partita. Dumps it off to Epps. Almost a dangerous spot there as Beery's able to keep it away from Calixtro. Reno on the move again. Lidl has it stopped by Hansen. Out to Villegas. A little push from behind there from Partita, and that's a whistle against Reno.
It looks like we'll have a substitution in Portland.
Calixtro coming off for Portland's.
Substitution for Portland Timbers 2 in the 63rd minute. Leaving the game, number 91, Giovanni Calixtro. Entering the game, number 71, Gerardo Duran.
Gerardo Duran now into his 5th game of the season. He's got 1 goal on the year. Will come in his replacement.
That was a great little touch from Herzog. Too bad the second wasn't as nice.
Enriquez. Past the keeper. And did he save that one?
Yeah, it looked like
Wow.
he just got there.
Right up against the line. What an effort.
Well, he took that hard touch. I didn't think he was going to get to it, and then he was able to just get it over the keeper, and great hustle from Portland defender to keep it out.
Nice job by a homer, the 17-year-old in only his 2nd professional match. Able to keep that one from crossing and becoming Reno's 6th goal. Too bad there for Enriquez, who is looking for his 1st. Now it's Corey Herzog. Stays onside. Partita. Back to Corey, who has to try and keep it from going out of play. Over to Richards. Left foot, and Brett Richards with an amazing strike.
Wow, what a rip.
6-0, Reno 1868, and the rout is on.
Richard just sizes it up and just lets it go, puts it right in the back of the net. Beautiful shot.
Second goal of the year for Brett Richards.
Let's see that again.
Going back to his days as a striker at the University of Washington, he certainly still has it. Look at the gusto on that one.
Well, you don't want to let him have a free shot at goal. Top of the box.
A couple more substitutions. Benji Kikanovich coming back out on the pitch. And Mo Dabo. So Reno 4 substitutions in now. And a good chance to get those to some playing time. In particular, Kikanovich, who really had an impressive start to the season before suffering an ankle injury on the 15th against Portland in that last meeting between these two teams.
Yeah, and he was looking really good before the injury, so hopefully he can find his form tonight.
Here's Epps. No Kikanovich, somebody Ian Russell still thinks very highly of. Pretty tough to keep Foster Langsdorf out of that starting lineup right now with the way that Herzog, Langsdorf, and Bone are producing as a unit up top.
Yeah, I mean, when you got guys putting in goals, you don't take them out. Ooh, we got dumped there. I guess he's not going to call it.
Herzog will have his night finished up, along with Kevin Partita. Dabo in for Partita and Kikanovich in for Herzog.
Something's happened to, I think, Epps here.
If there's one player that has stood out on the pitch for Portland, it's definitely been Marcus Epps. He has really looked like a talented midfielder, and no surprise to hear that he's had some MLS experience and looks like he's dealing with it now, a second injury. You can see the cast on his left hand, and now they're looking at his right. So, boy, that guy just can't catch a break right now.
No, and he was having a great game tonight. You know, he's a real leader for his team. You could see him out there putting 100% in, even though things weren't going well for his team. But that shows true leadership, and that's what that team needs. So now they're playing with 8 until they can get him back on the field.
Here's Kikanovich.
He's looking like he's definitely not injured anymore.
Centers it for Enriquez. Out to Dabo. Now to Bone.
This is great work from Reno. You know, test the fence. If it doesn't work, bring it back out, find something new.
Redirected by Kikanovich. Not sure if he actually got to it or not. Maybe caught a little bit of a piece of it, but not enough to do much in front of goal. And now Soltz can catch his breath. Greater Nevada proudly supports Reno 1868 FC on the field and all Nevadans financially off the field. We are here for you now and moving forward together. 69th minute now. Reno had 4 goals in the first half, 2 now in the second half. Cristiano Francois in the 49th minute and Brett Richards in the 65th minute. Reno still pressing. They'll get it away from them this time. Here's Duran. And the throw-in coming now for Reno 1868. You can see down on his knees still is Marcus Epps, who appears to be in agonizing pain.
Yeah, he must have had his hand stepped on. Hopefully he's all right.
Here's Bone. Apodaca takes a hard strike at it. Goes off of Salt, though. Not a bad try there from Apodaca.
No,
for
great
his second
strike.
Of the year.
I mean, you didn't think he was going to get it off as quick as he did, but then he hammers it. Good job from the goalkeeper to stay strong.
Oh, and had some heat on it. So they'll finally make a substitution as Colin Wilkerson, another very young player for Portland, coming in now for Marcus Epps. Rivas from the corner. Janjigian.
It looks like this may be Wilkerson's first minutes.
I think it's his second.
Second?
But he's young. He's only 15. Talking about he was born. He actually will turn 16 on Tuesday. So he's the youngest player on the club. Joined the academy last season. He's out of Richmond, California, which is in the Bay Area, not too far from here. Maybe a 3.5-hour drive from northern Nevada. He did play in a match on August 3rd against Tacoma. Only played about 9 minutes or so in that one. So very limited USL time, and in this route, an opportunity for him to see some time on the pitch.
Well, he's got some big shoes to fill with Epps. Filling Epps' shoes. But that's what this Portland team's been about, is developing their youth.
Six of their academy players have now seen the pitch tonight. The keeper, Soltz, forward Duran, as well as Homer, Wilkerson, Clapier, and Villegas. Richards trying to play it forward for Kikanovich. Back out to Dabo at midfield. Enriquez. Back to Rivas. Now right wing for Richards. Apodaca, or excuse me, Kikanovich. Benji with a cross and headed. Not a bad try there, Enriquez.
Good movement, good effort. Nice 1-2 play down the wing, and then Kikanovich just gets around him, puts in a nice cross.
Who keeps your Reno 1868 players fit to win? Reno Orthopedic Clinic, official team physicians and experts in the medicine of movement. Reno Orthopedic Clinic. 74th minute. 6-0 Reno 1868 as Villegas will go to the throw-in. Driving and left foot in. is Portland's, and a goal here for Dyson Klaipier, the 18-year-old with his first professional goal as the Timbers get on the scoreboard.
He gets away from Timmer, just drives it at the goal, and then finds a little bit of room, and then buries it into the lower left-hand corner.
Pretty strong finish there from the 18-year-olds.
Yeah. Well, we get a hydration break now. But that's unfortunate. You know, I think Reno really wanted to keep that clean sheet, and especially Barry, because he's had some wonderful games and just been unfortunate, you know, not to keep a clean sheet.
Remza reminds you to drink half of your body weight in ounces every day to stay hydrated. Remza, private, nonprofit, and providing out-of-hospital health care since 1986 without local taxpayer supports. Fans, have you checked out the Reno 1868 FC online team store recently? From 2020 home and away kits to fitted new era caps, you can now shop the newest styles and apparel right from the comfort of your couch. Now featuring fan bundles. Get a few of your favorite items put together for one price. Looking to freshen up your style? Try the 2020 home kit bundle that includes a scarf and a hat. Do you lead an active lifestyle? Don't miss the Adidas Workout Bundle, which features a water bottle and workout tees of your favorite club. And to all of our women supporters, there's a bundle for you too. Gear up with a stylish t-shirt, hat, and club scarf. For more details and even more options, visit shopreno1868fc.com.
Well, if anything, you got to have one of those new jerseys.
Pretty sick. Definitely agree with that. Back into play, 76th minute. 6-1 now after a goal from Dyson Klaipier, an 18-year-old from Layton, Utah. Actually made his USL debut against Reno last year on August the 31st, almost this time of the year. It was a winning effort for Portland a season ago. Into Apodaca. Kikanovich with his head, and Benji Kikanovich has his second goal of the year. What a great finish from the youngster as Reno goes on top 7-1.
And a perfectly placed cross by Sam Gleadle to Kikanovich, and Kikanovich just puts it, buries it with his head down and low. Nothing the goalkeeper could do there.
You see the size advantage.
Yeah.
He's a big kid.
Well, it's nice to have options with Kikanovich and Langsdorf. They just bring something different to the table.
Now Enriquez gets tripped up. Harold Hansen going the other way with it. Portland has been playing down a man for about the last 20 minutes, ever since a red card went the way of Carlos Anguiano back in the 55th minute.
Yeah, so very surprising that Reno would give up a goal when the other team's playing with 10 men.
They've outscored Portland 3-1 since that red card. Goals by Richards, Francois, and now Kikanovich. Or actually, the Francois one came before that, so they've outscored him 2-1 since that red card. It's got to be a good boost, though, down a man or not for Kikanovich after being injured. He hasn't had a chance to play very much, to come in and be productive and find the score sheet.
Sure is. It's nice to come off an injury and be able to get back into it, and you know, he looks physically fit and ready to go.
First professional season for Kikanovich coming out of Sac State. Kind of a hidden gem. Talking to Ian Russell. Didn't have a ton of goals in his college career, when talking to Ian, he said he really felt that was kind of a product of just everyone playing around him. He didn't have a ton of opportunities. And it's interesting because when I was talking to Ian about college strikers, he said, you know, if someone doesn't come in with a track record of scoring a lot of goals in college, they're probably not going to translate that to the next level. And they're not going to get very many opportunities. And that's something tangibly that he looks for. You got to have a guy that has proven it and has scored goals. Kikanovich is kind of against the mold for that. But a lot of it was the product of where he was playing at Sac State and just really never got into the right situation. And I think it's a reason he felt like that. He was able to kind of slip through the cracks, and he was very excited. And the Earthquakes were excited to find Kikanovich at a combine last year, and they were thrilled to bring him in and have him end his college career early to join the professional ranks.
Well, and he's you know, in every minute he's played for Reno, he's done a really good job. So it's nice to have him back, and looking forward to see what he can do the rest of the season.
Emilio Yakaza getting a chance to play in his 6th game of the year. Reno on the move again. Richards again. And Richards has that one deflects. Kikanovich trying to pick up the scraps and can't finish off the deflection.
Well, Richards got back on his left foot here, and Portland's fortunate that another goal's not in the back of the net.
Off a man and then off the post. Richards almost had a brace.
Well, looks like Reno's decided to step it up now in this last 10 minutes.
Ricardo Fierro stopping play. Portland possession here into the 82nd minute. Here's Aaron Malloy. See what he can do here. Had too much on that one. He was looking towards the left side for Max Ornstill.
Yeah, not a great ball in there.
Here's Yakaza. Reno lining up for another attack. And a corner now coming up. Yakaza a long ways away from home. He's from St. Petersburg, Florida. Plays it in, and that one wild. And a goal kick now coming for Soltz.
Looked like he was in between thoughts, shoot or cross.
Be no surprise with the score that there'd be a huge disparity in shots on target. 21-9 total shots with Reno in favor. Pretty impressive conversion rate there.
It was better in the first half.
It was, yeah. I think it was almost 50% at one point. I think they had scored their first 4 goals on 9 shots.
Well, they're just doing such a great job in the first half of moving the ball around, finding those spaces, and then that right side was, they were just super dangerous on the right side.
Dabo fighting for it and whistles. Who keeps your Reno 1868 players fit to win? Reno Orthopedic Clinic, official team physicians and experts in the medicine of movement. Reno Orthopedic Clinic. Yakaza across midfield. Nice one touch there. Still advancing down that left flank. Trying to lead one in there for Kikanovich. Not on the same page, and it's cleared out by the Timbers.
I like the way Kaza moves the ball around the field. His passes are really crisp, clean.
Over to Dabo. Enriquez. Yakaza there. Trying to cross it in for Kikanovich and cleared out by Aiden Stanley, who dove with his head to keep it out of harm's way.
A great little effort here to get it across, and great defense from Portland just to get it out.
Corner kick coming up for Yakaza.
And Portland's just been under constant pressure this half.
Plays it on the near side. Villegas trying to get rid of it. Finds Yakaza. And a whistle comes now against Reno.
If I jumped up and caught his hand.
And you can follow Reno 1868 and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Reno possession now, 87th minute. They'll hold that up as Bone was hoping to take off with it.
Ref wanted to do a drop ball because he kicked it into him. It was a mess.
Seven goals for Reno tonight, an impressive showing. And they have now scored 27 on the year. That will vault them into the conversation for the top offensive team in the circuit coming into the match tonight. Phoenix had 29. So certainly Reno now a chance as the season goes on to be the highest scoring team in the league. One match like this will do a lot for that.
Sure does.
Brett Richards along the right side. Bone trying to lead one in there for him, and Stanley got to it first.
Yeah, it was a little ambitious. Wasn't quite winning the race, but got a corner out of it.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds have overtaken Phoenix after their match tonight. They've got 31 goals on the year. Been a good year for Pittsburgh. They lead the league now in goals scored, and they also are tied for first in the circuit with 6 clean sheets. Yakaza on the corner. And a foul against Reno. Pittsburgh had a 3-0 win over New York earlier today. Those of you wondering about Phoenix, they've got a 1-0 lead tonight, taking on Las Vegas, so that would give them 30 goals on the season. Phoenix looking to bounce back after suffering that loss here in Reno last weekend. Ticking down the final seconds of this one. Out wide to Gleedle. Enriquez.
Good runs, good ball movement. I think they earned a corner there.
And 3 minutes of stoppage time will be added.
The official has indicated 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Ikaza. Richards trying to get his body in front of it. Ricochets off his chest, and a throw-in upcoming now. Up next, Portland's goes back home. They'll take on Tacoma next weekend. And Reno will hit the road and play one game in Sacramento before coming back for a match themselves against Tacoma. Claypier, who had a goal earlier, waved offsides as he was trying to make a run that time.
Last few minutes, Reno should just, looks like they're just going to pass it around and run out the clock.
Ikaza and Bone. Ikaza left foot and right to the keeper, Soltz.
Not a bad idea.
Back to Beery on the other side. Rolls it out to Dabo.
This last 10 minutes, Portland hasn't even really tried to come out of the back or build up.
Over to Tucker Bone. Kikanovich with the header to Richards. Slipped off the foot there of the captain, who picked up his second goal of the season back in the 65th minute. An impressive left-footed strike. Absolute bullet. Maybe 10, 12 feet outside the box.
Yep, he just eyed it up and let it fly right into the top shelf, upper left. He's had another good game tonight. Defense in general has had another great game.
And this should just about do it. There's the final whistle, and Reno continues their impressive run. They have now won 4 straight. A 7-1 finish here tonight, and they have cemented their first place position in Group A. Reno 1868 now 8-2 on the year. They now have 24 points on the season and a 3-point cushion on their nearest rival, the Sacramento Republic, who were idle tonight, and now both teams have played 10 matches on the year. For the Timbers, a frustrating 2020 season continues as they drop to 0-10, and their streak of winless matches is extended to 15 straight. And hoping for some home cooking next time out against Tacoma to finally end that. Just get 1 point. See if they can get back on track. We'll take a break, come back on the other side, show you the highlights of this one, and get you set up for the next match as Reno topples Portland. Stay tuned for more. You're watching USL Soccer on Nevada Sportsnet. Okay. Back here inside Greater Nevada Fields as Reno beats Portland by a final score. A big one here tonight. A 7-1 finish. Let's go first to our save of the match presented by the Nevada Donor Network, who encourages you to save lives by registering as an organ, eye, and tissue donor hero at registerme.org. It was unfortunate Ben Beery couldn't get a clean sheet tonight, because he had another nice one. Diving to his left to save that one from Marcus Epps, who is probably the biggest threat from Portland tonight. Here's another look at it with his right foot, and Beery to his left got his fingertips on it, and at the time kept it a scoreless effort for the Timbers before they eventually got one in goal from Clapier in the 74th minute. But that is your save of the match. If your world could use a bit more chill, reach for a cold Coors Light with mountains that turn blue at peak refreshment. It's made for one thing and one thing only, to chill. Mountain Cold Refreshment, made to chill. 2020, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Greater Nevada Credit Union, title sponsor of Greater Nevada Fields. Alongside Brian Slusser, I'm Alex Margulies. Let's go to the highlights in this one tonight. Reno with an impressive effort in the first half as they would jump out very early on and they would pick right back up in the second half. First, it was Cristiano Francois, and the route would continue from there. There's the veteran Richard. How about that goal?
Oh, beautiful goal. Best strike of the night.
Here's the only strike from Portland. Clapier again in the 74th minute. But then Reno was right back on it as they would finish the night with a pair of goals after that. First, a header by Benji Kikanovich, his second goal of the year. And the final effort, nice job there, keeping Reno off of the board further. But at that point, it was a little bit too late. Yeah. 7 goals find the back of the net. And, you know, this team just continues to impress. Every single week we see them, they keep getting better and better. And if they can stay healthy, that's the key word. It could be a dangerous team come playoff time.
Oh, they are a dangerous team. I mean, they're definitely the number 1, number 2 team in the Western Conference, and they just need to keep it up.
So a little extra conditioning for the guys.
Yeah.
As that will do it tonight for us. Reno, 8-2 on the year, and again, they will head on the road to take on the Sacramento Republic. They'll play 3 of their next 5 here inside Greater Nevada Field. Only 6 matches to go.
Yeah,
hard to believe, isn't it?
It's hard to believe. It's almost over.
So Sacramento at 7:30 next weekend. A big match. Reno wins that one. They'll move 6 points ahead of the Republic and would put themselves in great position to finish at the top of this newly restructured USL with this shortened season into groups. And Reno right now the leaders of Group A. For Portland, again, they'll head back home. They'll play against Tacoma, looking for that elusive points. And they'll get Reno one more time on the 20th. Reno will play in Portland on September the 20th. That'll be the fourth and final meeting between these two teams. Reno is 3-0 this year with 9 points against the Timbers. That'll do it for us here tonight. You can tune into every match on Nevada Sportsnet, including that road match in Sacramento. Make sure to tune in, and we will see you guys in about 10 days on the 16th as Reno plays hosts to the Tacoma Defiance. For my broadcast partner, Brian Slusser, and our entire crew, I'm Alex Margulies saying so long from downtown Reno. Thanks so much for watching Reno 1868 Soccer here on Nevada Sportsnet. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.